you talk to any person who's ever gone through any kind of addiction, and they say, no, it never goes away. But you have things you can do to help you manage it. And really, the only way to manage it, the best way to manage it, is to submit everything to Messiah. Take every thought captive to the obedience of Messiah, the scripture says. And that led to many that led to a lot of hard moments in my life. I went to therapy for it. Went to therapy for this, and sought help from people at church, people at my congregation, and the best thing about it is that there was no judgment. They didn't condemn me for it, but they showed me that, but they led me to Messiah and showed me, hey, Messiah can do this for you. You just need to trust him with it. Several years later, it was around the time of Passover, actually, which is coming up, the Feast of Passover, that I got the calling to become a pastor, become a congregational leader. And that calling has never gone away. But after that, the calling, and I started studying with my congregational leader, Sam. So he started mentoring me, and that went on for about a year. And I joined the military at age 21. And I was in the military for 8 years. And by that time, I had my first relationship ever. And in that relationship, I wanted it, but everyone around me, my family, and my family especially, were warning me, hey, don't pursue this. It's going to end badly if you do. And of course, I'm 21, never had a girlfriend, wanted to get married, and so I didn't listen to them. I wanted it. And so I pursued this relationship against counsel that I should listen to. And in that relationship, I broke a promise with God. I made a promise when I was 16 years old that I would not give myself away before marriage. And I broke that promise in this relationship because I believed that, because I loved this person, I loved her, that it was okay. I believed that lie that, hey, I believe we're going to get married, so what's the harm? I believe the lie that so many people fall into, that, so many believers, young believers, who are dating. So if anyone who is young, who is in a relationship right now, who is even considering it, from experience, I can tell you, don't give in to temptation. Don't do it. Don't do it. Trust the Lord. Rely on him. And if the other person is pressuring you, trying to convince you to do it, they're not for you. They're not the one for you. because if they were for you, they'd be the one encouraging you to wait. And so, um, and so I broke that promise, and a relationship ended in heartbreak. I was out at basic training um, and AIT, and I found out that she had cheated on me, and it broke my heart. But I decided to give her a second chance, to forgive her, and several months later, found out from her mom that she had been talking to somebody else. And so, um, so through many other circumstances, it got ugly, and you know, and uh, I was hurt even more, and ended it, and said that, I would, I didn't want to see another girl again. I didn't want to even think about another girl at all. And so, um, but instead of turning to the Lord, I went, I remained single for 2 years, but in those 2 years, instead of turning to God, I, um, I was listening to other voices in my head, and, um, the issues with the internet came back, and instead of looking for a healthy relationship, I ended up just, um, getting into one night stands. And as I figured, if it's just physical, I can't get hurt. If it's physical, they can't hurt me. And so, um, so that went on for a while, until I found my wife. I found my wife actually, the Lord brought her to me, and got married in 2020. Um, so, and we, but my past wasn't gone, even though I got married. Um, and I, about a year into our marriage, year and a half into our marriage, I made the poor decision to talk to a girl at work, and um, ended up just being, and um, you know, it ended up, I cheated on my wife. I talking to another girl, every intention to go through with what I wanted to do, but um, the Lord saved me from that part. The Lord saved me from that part. But don't be deceived. For anyone out there, don't be deceived that it's not cheating if you don't do anything. Because Messiah, Jesus says in Matthew, it is written, you should not commit adultery. But I tell you, if you even look at a woman in lust, you've already committed adultery with her in your heart. And so, so it was a year and a half of struggle, and the Lord allowed me to give in. The Lord gave me over to my passions. The Lord gave me in over to my desires and allowed me to go to that place because that was the only way. He knew that was the only way for me to open my eyes and see what I was doing was wrong. And he hit me upside the head. He hit me so